Welcome back to 23-Minute Reads with me, Maya D. This is kind of like my virtual book club because in these 5 minute or so videos, I share with you my takeaways from my current reading. Right now, that is Teaching to Transgress by Bell Hooks. As a part of my 23 to 23 challenge, I'm reading 23 minutes per day, every day as an action of self-love, as an investment into myself, and as a way of providing myself with some consistency in an ever-changing world. Hoping that you will join me along in this journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and dropping some comments down there in that comment section so that there's an actual dialogue going on. Having in mind that while I have several decades of experience as an educator, performer, and researcher, not the know-all be-all for this book, I'm simply providing a space for dialogue. Well, this week I read pages, I gotta get my notes, sheesh. This week I read pages 74 through 110, and here are my 3 takeaways. Takeaway number 1 is choice. So this book was actually assigned to me during my MFA process for graduate school, my MFA in dance. But honestly, it feels like I'm reading it for the first time. And I don't know why other than the choice. My choice to read it this time. So like it's my choice. It's my choice to read it. And that's a very specific choice to chunk my reading down to 23 minutes at a time. I feel like that's helping me to get through the process, enjoy the process, and digest it in a different way. So I'm thinking it feels different just because of those choices I made in reading the book this time. My second takeaway is Servant-Served. This idea comes from the holding my sister's hand section of the book and discusses the servant-served relationship between Black women and white women. This type of relationship finds its foundation during the enslavement of Africans and African Americans, and it is said in the book that it lays the foundation for jealousy, rivalry, and sexual competition between the white mistress and the enslaved Black woman. All of this creates a hostile relationship between the two groups. One of the things that's mentioned is that in this book is that in order to progress, in order to have effective scholarship in feminist theory, we must evaluate and examine that relationship so that we can make some actions towards a better space. So close examination of how that servant-served relationship is manifesting in our scholarship and our everyday actions in this time will help us to progress forward. Takeaway number 3 is poly. So that poly perspective, poly truth is something that I've mentioned before in this series. Here's the quote. "It burns me up to be treated like shit by white women who are busy getting their academic recognition, promotion, more money, etc. for doing great work on the topic of race." The book states that while some white women feel that servant-served tension has eased and things are better, some Black women still fear the appropriation of their ideas, and this prevents them from engaging and participating in feminist theory. So I end with another quote. "Without our voices in written and in oral presentation, there will be no articulation of our ideas." So that's a charge, right? We have to be present. We have to go through some of the uneasiness if we want to move forward. Thank you for staying to the end. I hope that you've liked, subscribed, and left some comments. Stay blessed, spread a good word, and I'll see you next week.